welcome to Lifestyles of Two-Face Collectors. Anyway, so this is the background that you guys used to see in some of our old videos and still see in our new videos. And there's more stuff here that's interesting. If you guys are interested, we can, of course, shoot some more and let you guys know. But what I'm going to show you is immediately what you see in our Geekvolution videos that take place here at my apartment. We're in the geek room, as we like to call it, also the guest bedroom / office. But I thought that was funny. But what I have here is my Two-Face collection. How I came to collect Two-Face was I read Long Halloween and thought it was brilliant, and then I saw The Dark Knight thinking that it was going to be Joker the movie, and of course I was extremely wrong, and I really enjoyed it. And so that Jeff Loeb's story and Aaron Eckhart's performance of Two-Face just made me think that's a really neat aesthetic. That's a character that I'd like to know a little bit more about. So I started with a few Two-Face toys. I mean, I had a buddy that collected, or not collected, well, yeah, I had a buddy that collected a lot of figures. One day he decided he wanted to start a store and get rid of them, so he started just selling action figures and comics. And so I managed to get a lot of things from him. So I got, you know, Pirate Two-Face, and then I got this guy by himself. I mean, I don't even know if that's his gun. He just had it with it. But, so I have a lot of these individual Two-Faces that came out, and this guy's actually broken. And I don't think either one of us realized it, but he's supposed to have a large hook. Anywho, there's I got a lot of these little ones out of box from him, and then I started realizing, you know, there's not a lot of Two-Face figures out there. So you know, you can get things from the movies, which interestingly they released this guy with the '89 movie, and of course, he's not black, which is weird. Of course, Two-Face was not in the movie, but Harvey Dent was, and he was Billy D. Williams. So, Billy D. Williams, not white. They made a mistake. It actually bothers me. I don't know, maybe it shouldn't, but I just think it's funny. I'm like, why'd you do that? But, interestingly, Billy D. Williams, the card. So I just had to get it. I found it on eBay. I thought I have to get that. So, you know, a lot of what has ended up in my collection has been things that are either gifts or things that I just found a really good deal on eBay. And really, how I got this collection started was, as I said, I started collecting these little individual out-of-box guys. And I started reading the comics thinking, you know, maybe I'll just get into the comics real heavy. And there's not a lot of really solid Two-Face stories out there, unfortunately. I have to say that. You know, I got, you know, Batman vs. Two-Face, which was the origin of the character, but it was okay. And then there's all these things that make no sense. Two-Face is just this, you know, villain who's not creative or interesting. He's just obsessed with the, you know, number 2. So then I started getting a lot of these other characters. This guy I got from my brother. So it holds a special little place in my heart. Actually, when Captain Logan saw it, one of the things that he said was, what is that, Disco Harvey Dent? Look at that position. So, no, he's being authoritative, and he's a politician. He's like, you know, disco politician, whatever. But, so, you know, a lot of these Two-Faces, they all have pretty generic, what do you call those things? Accessories. So some of them come with straitjackets, which are interesting, but most of them come with a toy, or come with a coin and a gun. All of them come with a toy, as it turns out. But you know, there's more significant parts. Real quick, I'll just run down some. I think this is probably the coolest Two-Face I have in my collection. This 13-inch, and of course he has all these things, and I recommended him, so I won't go into detail. But he's just a beautiful figure, and it's pretty, but I'm thinking about taking it out of the package. I'm thinking about it, because of course I can keep the box and put it back in, and then nobody will know the difference. It's not like I'm going to sell it again, so it's mine. I can do with it what I want. Deal with it. But, you know, there's some Dark Knight figures that are interesting. They didn't come out with a lot of great Dark Knight figures at all. But the bobbleheads I thought were pretty solid. I mean, it's a really great sculpt. If the head were regular sized, I wouldn't mind if there was just a statue. But, do you like being on my shelf? No. Okay, whatever. But, that's right. This one, actually, this one's also appeared on Recommends. My Pop Heroes Two-Face, which was also a gift from my girlfriend. And so it's interesting to me how people support this obsession of mine, and I wonder just how long I can keep my Two-Face collection on 2 shelves. Just maybe I'll have to buy enough to just fill up 2 bookcases, and then we can be satisfied with that. But let me see what else is interesting over here. This guy, I believe, was a Walmart exclusive. Came out with a 5-pack, so now we have Two-Face that was in a 5-pack. That gun doesn't come with him. I had a buddy that told me that you need a gun for that Two-Face, and I said, okay. And he gave it to me, and I was grateful. But and it's it's proportional, so he likes to do custom figures, and then I get accessories for these guys from him. But Kia Samia, I bought this guy for $5. Can you believe that? Me neither. I was pretty jazzed. But of course, you can't even really see this guy outside. You can't even really see this guy in the box, so you have to take him out if you want him to look cool. But yeah. So I don't know really what I'm doing here. I guess, since we have people that say, I want to see Vince's Two-Face collection, can you show them to me? These guys are kind of overpriced. Then again, I think figures are overpriced in general. A 3-inch figure for $12. Seriously, it's $10 on the shelf, $2 shipping. That's ridiculous. Figure makers, you should be ashamed of yourselves. But, the Dark Knight figures were kind of ugly. It's Two-Face, I understand. He's half ugly already. But the other half's ugly too. And the Joker looks silly. And the only thing that looks anywhere near good is the Batman. But still, it doesn't look as good as it should. So... And then they came out the Movie Masters line, and I was pretty jazzed that I also have just found this guy for a pretty good deal on the Movie Masters Two-Face. I believe it's called Movie Masters. Anyway, if I'm wrong, somebody let me know. But when you have a toy line, and the figures don't look anything like the key characters from the movie, the creatures or the characters, what's the point? I mean, I don't understand. This guy looks like him. The other one does not. And where do you go from there? I mean, it's kind of the difference between making a good figure and just trying to make money. Because you're going to sell a load of Batman figures because it's Batman, and therefore, of course, you have to have Aquamarine Batman because he was such a big feature of the Dark Knight movie. I don't have Aquamarine Batman. Incidentally, that's the only Batman figure I have is the one that comes in the Two-Face package. I kind of wanted to get a Batman by himself, but I'm not going to show you my expanded collection until you guys ask for it. I'm just showing the Two-Face stuff. I mean, I have the HeroClix Two-Face. I have a coin that was a gift from Captain Logan, so he got me this, and then I bought one that was similar, but I scarred up the backside so that I'd have that, which is interesting that this guy is now all nice and brown and all nice and clean on the other side because the exposed to air and dust and I don't know. I accidentally made it cooler by not cleaning my coin. Clean your coin because it can get infected. I think this is an interesting infantilization of Two-Face, and with actually Batman and Green Lantern and Superman and all these other characters that came out. But I couldn't resist because, of course, I do collect Two-Face figures, and I think he's adorable, or at least half adorable, and the other side's cute. But it comes with a safe. I mean, how many figures do you buy that comes with a safe that they can crack? Of course, I'm not taking it out because I don't care to play with them. I'm just collecting them. But there's this sort of movement where you have to create cute versions of things, and I don't know if that's connected to the sort of the chibi nature of sort of this animeization of American culture. But of course, you get these short guys with big heads, and then you get these short guys with big bodies. I think this is sort of the counter argument to those. They should switch heads, and they'd be more proportional. But, yes. So I have some things handy tacked up here that you can't see. I have a Two-Face car. I have a couple Two-Face cars buried underneath here. I have this little statue of Two-Face that's still in the box. And, well, it's in the box because the box is not entirely in like a shoebox. You just take the top off, and then there's a bunch of foam in there with Two-Face and a car and a little certificate of authentication. Whatever that word is. I've been talking too long today. Anyway. Oh, I forgot I had this guy over here. So, since Long Halloween was the thing that got me into Two-Face, well, that and The Dark Knight, this is sort of the pride of my collection. Actually, I have two of these. The other one's up there. So I'm thinking about taking one out of the box and leaving one in the box. And, I mean, it's pretty. I mean, Tim Sale is interesting. And Tim Sale made my day at one point when he submitted... He submitted a piece of art to Wizard magazine. I'll get you later. And it was of the Shadow. And I thought, you know, it's interesting how my interests kind of come full circle. Like, oh, here's this Two-Face that I really enjoy, created by this guy, and he wants to do the Shadow. I'm in heaven. So, yes. Oh. I'm destroying my place for you. Because you want to know. But, hang on while I break things. Oh, the car that I said you couldn't see, it's just a repainted version of this thing. So, if you could even see it from there. But, you know, I mean, for Two-Face things, it's just an aesthetic. It's not even really storytelling, although there is good stories. The aesthetic is what I find interesting to me. I mean, how much more obvious can you make the duality of man? How much more in the forefront of a character's mind can you make the monster inside of the man? I mean, there's not a lot of people that just wear the monster on one of their sleeves. The left one, to be precise. But I find it interesting, and I just feel compelled to collect these things. I even have a folder full of images of figures that I intend to get at some point, or a folder full of images of things that are related to Two-Face that I intend to get at some point, or that I would like to get, because of course dropping $400 or $300 on a bust is kind of pricey. But I digress. Oh, and also, this thing is called a Cosbaby. Now, yeah. Infantilization. Infantizing. Stay. And don't whine. But, yeah, that's pretty much everything. I mean, then I have candy dispensers of Two-Face. I thought it was a cool little bust version of Two-Face. I have a Pez of Two-Face. I have game pieces of Two-Face, the Hero Clicks, whatever these things are called. I don't know. But I pretty much, if it has Two-Face's name on it, I'm aware of it. So, thanks for watching. And you have a happy, nice night, and also a terrible evening, because I wouldn't want you to leave here without at least 2 experiences.